शादी एक ऐसा पल जो हर दुल्हन का सपना होता है, अपनी खूबसूरती से सबके मन में उतर जाना। हर लड़के की ख्वाहिश होती है वो अपनी होने वाली दुल्हन के लिए खास होना। हर परिवार का सपना होता है एक दूसरे को सम्मान दिलाना। शादी से जुड़ी सभी तरह के ड्रेस, सूट्स, शेरवानी, लहंगा, बड़ों से लेकर बच्चों तक सबके लिए बस गोइंकास ट्रेंड्स, अंडमान का नंबर 1 वेडिंग शॉपिंग मॉल। वी आर नॉट जस्ट अ शॉप, वी आर इमोशन टू ईच अदर। गोइंकास ट्रेंड्स, बांबू फ्लैट, घंटा घर, अबरडीन बाजार।
Friends from the media, it's indeed a great morning. The weather gods are with us in celebrating the success of the operation that we undertook. So, how we intend taking this forward? That I will give a brief statement.
एक महत्वपूर्ण सूचना। रबीन हालदार नाम का एक व्यक्ति है जिसकी उम्र करीब 50 वर्ष, स्वर्गीय पीएन हालदार जी के पुत्र हैं। उनको जो है 1 अक्टूबर 2024 से उनकी तलाश की जा रही है, क्योंकि उनके ऊपर अटेम्प्ट टू मर्डर का एक केस दर्ज हुआ है। अगर आप में से किसी को भी इनकी कोई भी जानकारी मिलती है तो कृपया करके जो नंबर शेयर कर रहे हैं, इन नंबरों पे संपर्क करके आप जिम्मेदार नागरिक होने का अपना प्रमाण भी दे सकते हैं और पुलिस विभाग की मदद कर सकते हैं।
And thereafter, request DGP also to give a statement to the police side. And thereafter, we are open to discussion. Before I give my opening remarks, I would also like to introduce the key members who undertook this particular operation. With me on the dais, we have from CG, IG, Neeraj, and DIG, Ashish is here, who handles operation for Coast Guard. He was the man instrumental in orchestrating this entire operation from Sri Vijaypura. We have the CEO here, and I will introduce his team later during the course of our discussions. So, as I said earlier, today marks a significant achievement in our nation's fight against the ongoing illegal drug trade in this region. Based on inputs, we undertook an operation, and on 25th of November, ICG of Andaman Nicobar Command created history in the maritime domain on India by apprehending a Myanmarese fishing boat. The name is Sowai Hand 2 in the Andaman Seas, which was carrying approximately 6,000 kg of suspected prohibited drug, meth as it is popularly known. 6 crew on board, all of Myanmar origin as we understand right now, were also apprehended. They were carrying 1 satellite phone with them. The anticipated value of this drug is in thousands of crores. Right now, we don't have an actual estimate of this particular amount. The success of this operation is a result of meticulous surveillance of the likely areas and prompt and speedy response by the Joint Operations Center and the ship crew. The sea state and weather was challenging, but the valiant crew stuck to the task of shadowing and subsequently boarding the ship once it entered our waters. I commend the bravery and dedication of the commanding officer, Commandant Ankit Sharma, he is here to my right, and his team who carried out this challenging operation. The success of this effort reflects not only their skill and commitment, but also the collective determination of the nation to uphold the rule of law. The menace of drug trafficking can only be tackled by the collective efforts of all concerned departments. The ANC and the Andaman Nicobar Police have been actively collaborating across all spheres. Numerous operations against poachers, illegal trafficking, and surveillance of outlying islands have been jointly undertaken. I must place on record the invaluable support rendered by the police team across all these spheres. DGP H.S. Dhaliwal and his team have also provided us valuable inputs across all operations in the past. I compliment them for their efforts also in controlling the drug menace of the islands, and you are all witness to the efforts and the results that have been achieved. In conclusion, I want to state that this operation stands as a testament to the unwavering commitment of ANC to safeguarding the sovereignty of our waters and protecting the youth and future generations of this nation from the scourge of drug trafficking. Our forces have once again demonstrated exceptional vigilance, precision, and teamwork in neutralizing a serious threat to national security and public health. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Saju sir. Uh, Operational brief of the catch and the role play has already been told by Saju sir. So I will just add on to all this that this operation is actually a culmination of very coordinated efforts of all the units uh, who are very proactively guarding the seas of Andamans, and there has been absolute brilliant coordination between ANC command and Andaman police. And just to put it in perspective, in last 5 years there have been 414 cases, and total seizure of this particular contraband was 637 kgs of methamphetamine. And this single seizure is more than 6,000 kgs. And as far as various estimates are concerned, its value is around 6 crores in international market per kg. So the value of this will be approximately 36,000 crores. 6 Myanmaris, as already has been said, have been arrested. Satellite phones, etc., have been recovered. And today they will be produced in court. Their police custody remand will be taken. The entire contraband has already been seized, and we would only add on to what has been already briefed that uh, it has been a very coordinated efforts, not only in terms of patrolling and heightened alert, but we have been getting full support from the commander in chief and all his staff, not only training of our people, even as far as operational things related to operations of our boats, etc., are limited maritime resources are concerned, because the Andaman police, of course, doesn't have the capabilities to patrol in high seas, but wherever we have needed, the Andaman Nicobar command has been totally supportive, due to which uh, even in a routine manner, there has been a very high number of catches of poachers who have mainly originated out of Burma. And in last 5 years, we have had 640 nationals of different countries who have been arrested. So we will just add on to this that along with the Coast Guard, the entire ANC command, Andaman Police is committed to keeping islands safe, and the menace of drugs, as we have been seeing, has been increasing in the islands. And though this shipment, as far as initial interrogation is, which we can share till now, is it was meant for international destination only. Of course, we will be able to share more details as we have this custody remand. Though this particular consignment was not targeted at the islands. However, we have been seeing that the menace of drugs amongst the youth has been increasing, and not only preventing this international narco peddling, but also to keep the youth safe from the menace of drugs. This this case and this catch will go a long way in fulfilling these targets.
So before we start the question and answers, I would like to give you a small presentation which will sort of give you a glimpse of how this operation was undertaken. It includes some photographs and videos. You can just explain.
Okay. So in this video, everyone can see this issue is very rough. My journey is alongside the fishing boat, and they are trying to board the boat and carry out investigation. Meanwhile, I'm maintaining the close vicinity in a heightened security state so that I can keep and check in case they do some opposition. This is a normal photograph taken of. These are documents. Only one document I could find in English. Rest were documents which the board had were in Burmese, and I could not holes which the board had. Photograph of one of the holes. These were the gunny bags, and they were packed as this manner. This is when I had commenced doing of the. This is the first flight entry on 25th in Civil from Andhra. Short video. Photographs of the VIPs and senior officer who have visited on board the boat once it was brought alongside India. These drugs were sealed in packets which mentioned that these are tea packets, and there was some Chinese language written on the packets, two colors, green and orange or yellow. The initial drug detection being carried out to ascertain what it is. This is the portable Inmarsat satellite phone which we recovered in the boat. The visit of the senior officers on the jetty and commander-in-chief to have a look at the camp.
So we are open to any questions that you want or any clarification.
So myself, new spotlight. Has it been ascertained which kind of drug it was? Marijuana, cannabis indica, or ganja, etc. What is the exact name of this drug?
Methamphetamine, as per the preliminary information which we can share. Of course, we will share definitive once we have the exact forensic report.
Right now, we cannot be sure.
We are sure.
There has been no evidence of any weapon. This particular fishing boat also, they were not armed, and we did not spot any of them dumping any weapon overboard during the operation.
And the second part of the question is to the DGP, sir. So recently, I think 1 or 2 days ago, we have received a press release from the district administration. One is that there are hotels, lodges, and even homestay. One is that not to get details of the people staying in the hotel. Is there any threat that some terrorists are infiltrating in the island? Why this money has been issued?
We will limit our questions to this particular drug catch, not to the other areas. That we can have a separate discussion on that.
Thank you for saving the islands from the drug disaster. And congratulations to Andaman Command and Andaman Police for achieving this historic success. My question is, sir, what is the origin and destination of this consignment?
As we have said that the joint operator, this interrogation will be going on, and this crew, as they were not only knowing Burmese language, and they were not well conversant with any English or so. So we cannot right now pinpoint to where this drug was destined to be used. After the joint of interrogation, only we come to know about it and that can be shared.
How many legumes in only the Burmese or
There are only Burmese, 6 Burmese crews.
what is the last connection of the legume or whatever?
We are still doing the technical analysis for that, and this detail we will not be able to share with you at this particular point of time.
Hello sir, I'm ASLAM from News Andaman 24 sir. I have a question like, sir, how did you detect this offencer and what are the measurements you have taken at that time?
We carry out surveillance in our area of operations every day. So there are aircraft, Coast Guard and Navy aircraft which keep operating. These are Dornier aircraft. They have maritime reconnaissance radars. So these radars keep picking up all the boats that we notice. And over years, we have a database of where we can expect fishing boats to be in which time of the year. So based on this boat was found in a place where you would normally not expect fishing boats to be present. That was the first issue. The second issue was that this boat was drifting. So any boat that we find drifting, normally the fishing boats either would be fishing, and those which are drifting, we do go back and check. There are some boats which, because of some defects, end up drifting into white. So as a part of a regular check, all boats which drift, and all boats which we see in places where we're not expecting to see them, we do our investigation. And as a part of that investigation, we went and saw this boat. On this boat, the master reported that we had an engine defect and it was not. He had an engine defect and he was drifting for about 2 days. We had to look at the engine and
so that has been drifting for 2 days. So sir, what happened if a boat drifts for just a 1 day and they want any boat go for checkup or like they don't try to contact?
No. Point is not that every boat which drifts for 2 days and only then we check. See, in the beginning I said any boat that drifts, the first time that we notice we go and check. So he had an engine defect, and because of which he was drifting and we entered boarding. We had to look at his engine, it was actually a defect. And after that is when we did, because he was drifting and all Myanmar blue, we also did a check of the boat. And that is when, during this check, is when we found these tea bags. What is odd is that you find tea bags in such large quantities in a fishing boat. So that was odd. And that is the reason we put the boat in and did a detailed analysis, and we found that this was actually drugs.
Add on to this, just a little bit of detail how we went about once the information was received.
So I was sailed out at very short notice once this boat was reported. So we had the mean level of this boat, what course it is doing. Accordingly, we had planned our course 10:30 in the night. We keep shadowing it. It was moving at very slow speeds. The engine had a little bit of underweight, so we could make underweight. It could make it. So when we went on board, we checked. The engine at times was operating, at times it was losing gear, but yes, the boat was able to make sail. So full night, because the sea was very choppy, I consciously took a decision not to carry out boarding tonight and kept it on my radar, remaining outside visually. So at around 6 o'clock in the morning, I decided to board the boat, boarded it in our waters, and my team went there, thoroughly reviewed the boat. They told me on RT the boat has got some tea packets which are in large quantity and there were no fishing gears on the boat. So a boat which appears to be fishing does not have any fishing gears and has got tea packets in large quantity. So I asked my small Gemini to bring it back to the ship. Opened one of the packets, saw that it's a crystal powder. I had a suspicion that it is some illegal substance. I was not sure the extent. I informed the headquarters and then we decided to take it into tow and the sea was really bad that my journey also got damaged in the operation. So then we brought it back to Vijayawada at Vijayawada at Source. That's how the operation went.
Yes, it will definitely have some impact, but most important is the message that we sent across that every activity which goes on in this particular AOR is under our watch, and we find anything unusual, we take strict action to either negate that particular threat. So this is a message not only to the people who are involved in drug trafficking, but also to those who are not in our who are against our national interests.
So we'll keep the AOR under surveillance and that's be jointly conducted by the ANC. All the forces take part in whatever the planning happens over there. Basically, each and every aspect of the coastal area as well as the EEZ is kept under surveillance.
Any message to the local population?
So to add on, this particular menace cannot be countered only by the police or by the armed forces. It has to be a collective effort of all citizens of this country. So through all of you, I want to urge every citizen of this country that when and wherever they get any input on drugs being brought into our country or any other illegal activity, please pick up the phone or contact the nearest security or police establishment and give us the input. They become very valuable for us to act in time, and you are all a witness to what is going on in our neighborhood. It's a very volatile neighborhood. There is a lot of security challenges which are emerging, and it's only becoming worse by the day. Even those neighbors that we thought were in a settled state of affairs have also deteriorated. So it needs a collective effort, and this is our sincere request to all citizens of this country.
So I have another question. The East Portland or our Sri Vijayapura is being an end road for such drug contraband smuggling.
Well, it's a very broad question, but certainly not for this quantity and this quality of drug shipments. But yes, there have been increasing instances where individual consumers in a very small quantities, we are witnessing that there has been more consumption of chemical based drugs, at least which is coming to notice, and that is why record seizures have happened in this year, even of heroin and other drugs. But still, I won't say that it is alarming in proportions, but we have to be very alert and vigilant to keep island safe so that the youth are not falling victim to such kind of targeted attempts by all the people who are flourishing out of this drug trade.
Yes, because in earlier, what as per the records is there, around 3,000 kgs has been recovered. So this is the one single largest contraband which we have apprehended. And another significance is that it has been broadly by ANC as well as with the police. So this is also a milestone one of its kind.
As far as action against these individuals, DGP has already briefed you that they will be produced in court and subsequent actions will be based on our legal proceedings. As far as future prevention is concerned, the Chief of Staff did touch upon this aspect that we have an integrated surveillance plan. So the area is too large and we do not have adequate resources to keep 24/7 all areas under surveillance. So we work on the past history. We know that these are the likely areas that they will transit. We study the weather pattern, the currents, and the other aspects, and we can sort of focus or search in particular areas. So that is how this particular boat was also picked up. That in our surveillance. So we will continue to refine this based on that. Every time we intercept such a large package, you can be rest assured that the people who are involved in it is going to modify their transit. To give an idea, in the past we had a case of poachers coming to the east coast. So when we started intensifying our search, we found that they were now tending to come towards the west. This is especially in the northern group. So this is how they keep modifying, and we also keep reacting to it. So it's a combination of both these aspects.
Have you received any compliment from any of the central minister from your headquarters? Compliment for this massive operation?
Yes, of course. We got compliments from all the top officials, and including the Chief of Defence Staff, the Coast Guard DG, and everybody else.
जी वन ऑफ द डॉक्यूमेंट ऑफ द बोर्ड मैं आपको हिंदी में बताया था बोर्ड का जो एक डॉक्यूमेंट था जो अंग्रेजी में लिखा हुआ था उसमें जो बोर्ड का अपडेट है वो 2024 का है कंडीशन वाइज इट इज गुड जी
ये 2024 का बोर्ड है, ब्रांड न्यू. Until to introduce.
I have two men from my unit with me. He is Amar Kumar Chazi, Adhikari Radio. He was the boarding chief who went on board the boat. The other is the other individual is a gunnery qualified EP. He is G. Veerakumar Navik. He was the one who mustered all the men managed on the forecastle on the boat at gunpoint so that they can't do anything and let the boarding go in a very smooth and efficient manner. Subsequent to this operation, all three of us have been commended by Commander-in-Chief, Andaman and Nicobar Command on the spot.
This particular boarding operation took more than 4 hours to see in this particular weather conditions.
I was also placed on record that Honorable LG has commended 4 of his ship crew for this particular operation. Thank you all.